All of this footage is recorded live, so if you want to see me do these Infernum challenges live, be sure to check out my YouTube channel where I stream. Welcome back, guides and dryads. In this video, we're going to be doing subsuming vortex components only. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for the support on my last video. Like, I know it might not seem like a lot, but to me, it's a lot, and thank you. Shout out to Chapsticks for giving me the idea. He's an absolute beast of an Infernum player. And try to ignore the check out my newest video text. It's there for pretty much the entire video. Just ignore it. So the first thing we do is we make our beautiful character, Subsuming Seal. Then we open our starter bag and slam over to the left side of our world to try to make it to the snow biome. Oh my, we made it. And I mine up a whole bunch of ice and head over to the dungeon to collect some books to make a bookcase to make our first component, the Frostbolt. Then I turn it to Infernum because I forgot to do that. Oh, I got it! And then I head down into the caves for some spelunking, which doesn't last long. Then I find my first life crystal and make a bookcase for some future book crafting. Then I make a NPC staircase of the ages. Then I make an instavator, throw that down, and throw myself inside for some early hard mode progression. Oh my goodness! Finally, make my Frostbolt. I make a desert medallion and summon up that desert scourge. Then we head over to the sunken sea to kill a thrasher, because if you don't know, in Calamity, if you kill a thrasher while the angler is not in the world, he spawns. Then we feed that angler to the radiated alligator, because then he drops a golden fishing rod. Then we do a fishing quest, which gives us crippling flashbacks to the 200 fishing quest achievement. Then I hang the old worm out there to try to get a Reaver Shark, because if you didn't know, in Infernum, the Reaver Shark is not nerfed, so we can get Hellstone early. Yes! Now life can begin. Then we go on a minor Hellstone mowing session, because we don't need too much Hellstone right now. Then we collect some obsidian and make a flare bolt. Then we somehow still die to the Desert Scourge, but summon him up one more time and win. Finally. Okay. Then we decide to expand our arena after we beat the boss. Then we make a slime crown. Then we summon up King Slime. Oh, why? Then we make a suspicious eye. Then we summon up the eye. No! Then we summon up the eye. It's sickening how bad I'm playing. We make some magic storage and work on a low humble abode for the boys. Then we buy enough potions to make a grown man sick. Then we make a quick arena in the Crimson and attempt the brain of Cthulhu. Okay, yeah. Just get me out of there, man. So then we make a bloody spine and summon him up manually. What the? Then a goblin army arrives, so we clear that up real quick. Then we find our goblin sitting there. Then we purchase rocket boots and a tinker's workshop. Then we make some specter boots, a sandstorm in a balloon, and a yellow horseshoe balloon. Actually find a nature's gift. Oh, I found one! Then we find an anklet of the wind, make some lightning boots, then we make a mana flower, then we beat the piss out of the Brain of Cthulhu. Shiesty, very, very shiesty. Then with no break, we head right into the perforators. Up, go down, and then I flip you off when I win. Then we mow up some aerolite. Then we make some aerolite bars and some aerospec armor. Then we farm some harpies to make some skyline wings. Then we expand our arena even more. Then we make an overloaded sludge and begin the painful fight with the slime gods. No, please! Yes! From the slime gods, we get a permanent adrenaline upgrade, and we also get access to the Eldritch Tome. Then we use some of the slime god sauce to make some Statagel armor. Then we summon up the Bee of the Jungle. Then we make a double obsidian insta-bridge to make our super high effort wall of flesh arena. And then I roast my guide and destroy the meat wall. Was pure domination. Before doing any hard mode stuff, we tickle the old man and summon up Skeletron. I was playing very good at the start, but kind of fell off a bit. Then we find our wizard underground and we purchase a crystal ball from him. Then we find our shimmer and throw our emblem in to come back a mage. Then we make some beautiful palladium armor. Then we head down to hell to farm some essence of havoc. Then we purchase a rod of dick sword. Then we head down into the dungeon for the first time and find our mechanic bound. Then we farm some essence of Elum to make the frigid flashbolt. Then we head into the sunken sea to try to get the Poseidon from the giant clam, which is pretty much just like a bootleg Razorblade Typhoon. And he dropped it first try, let's go! Then we actually manually spawn a goblin army? What, am I crazy? Nope, I farmed the goblin army so I can get a Shadow Flame Hextall, and you might say, Shadow Flame Hextall, that's not good. Trust me, it's good. We do not want to kill that. It's about as good as I expected that to go. Then we make a DPS meter, then we head into the sky to farm some wyverns, then we go on a pixie stomping session, then we on our way find 3 mechanical worms, then we make some fairy wings, then we head into a corruption world to spawn a corrupt mimic. Did I get some of that stank? I got some of that stank, let's go! With the putrid scent we found, we make a arcane flower and summon up Queen Gelatinous. Sauced. Then we summon up the twin eyes. 7 hits. Come on. Nightmare mode prepared me for TX. Then we finally beat Crabylon, which gives us a permanent rage upgrade. And usually you fight this boss in pretty hard mode, but I forgot. No hit. Oh my, no hit. Then we make a cryo key and summon up the stupid, pathetic ice cube. Cryogen drops an NPC which sells us the Permafrost Concoction, and it also sells us a bunch of mana potions and a Snowman Vanity accessory. That's fire. Then we summon up the easiest mechanical boss. Then we work our way through the hard mode ores. Then we kill 1, 2 sand elementals to make the Relic of the Ruin. Then we go on a cryonic ore mowing spree to make some cryonic bar, which helps us make a daedalus set of armor. Then we make an ornate shield, which gives us the ability to ram through enemies. Then we decide to get pegged by the destroyer. This guy! Oh, my goodness, it just keeps. Then we eventually beat him. Then we kill a moth, which drops some butterfly dust, which makes us butterfly wings, which give us a small mage damage and critical strike chance boost. Then we make a portabulb and summon up the Planty Overgrowth. Holy mana! That thing did very well against Plantera. With Poseidon. Then we get some life fruit and make a blood orange. Then we farm some ectoplasm. Then we make a water bolt. Then we make the Tears of Heaven. This is our weapon until we beat Duke, which is it's not that big of a jump in progression. Then we mow up some chlorophyte. Then we make it into bars. Then we make some specter bars. Then we make a specter armor set. Then we make an Ankh charm, and after a little bit more crafting, we make an Ankh shield. Then we make an Eye of Desolation and summon up the full switch. What is she doing? Holy cow, bro. With the Calamitous loot, we make a Core of Calamity and an Asgard's Valor. Let me just summon up Mr. Pigfish because he holds our next weapon. What? How did I lose? Oh, look at that bag, bro. Good thing I can't use any of it. Then we fight. Then we keep our pride and purchase a Razorblade Typhoon. Nasty work. Then we enter the Feces Temple and toss Golem. Ooh, come on. Then we head right into the big nose mask. was a really hard boss. I struggled a lot with that. Not. Then we clear up the Nebula Pillar and make a Tomb of Fates, which is just another Shadow Flame Hextall. This next part was done off stream, so I didn't really talk, so just enjoyed this little boss rush escapade. The first boss we take care of is Anahita and Leviathan. Then we very legitly get a community and summon up the Aquatic Scourge. Woo! Then we violate the Brimstone Elemental. No hit. No hit. Wow! Summon up the stupid space crab with no friends. From the stupid space crab, we get a permanent adrenaline upgrade. Then we clean up some of the easier bosses to maximize our community. Oh, that was really hard. Then we summon up the Goliath of Plaguebringers. Then we clean up the Stardust Pillar and summon up the Fleshy Golem. From Ravager, we get a Fleshy Geode, which gives us a bunch of materials, and we also get a permanent Rage upgrade. Then we make Abyssal Diving Gear and head down into the Abyss to mine some Scoria ore. Then we make some Hydrothermic Armor, which is a small boost compared to our Spectre Armor. Then we summon up the Space Worm from Hell. Stressful game. Astrodeus drops a Star Shower, which I never actually used, but I still have to mention it because it's part of the crafting tree. Then we clean up the Chaos Pillar. Holy cow! Then we finish off the Solar Pillar, which instantly spawns the Moon Lord. Can I stop getting... Wait, what? Why is he no longer after me? Then we move in the Drunk Princess and purchase a bunch of alcohol to boost our damage just a little bit. Then we give the Empress our first real attempt. That's a planet in the way! What am I meant to do there? I cannot simply dodge the boulder in my way. Then we fight the Empress with no shenanigans this time. Boom!
Boom shakalaka, baby, you showed him.
Then we make a single row of platforms because that's all you need for the Moon Lord in this mod. Then we summon up the Moon Lord. Pardon me about that. Then we eventually get to this attempt. There we go. Yeah! The Moonlord drops about 800 Luminite, so we make that all into bars. Then we make a delicious set of Nebula armor. Then we make a Nuclear Fury with our Poseidon, Razorblade Typhoon, and some Luminite. And this is what's going to take us to Devour of Gods. And then we make an Augur of the Elements, which I think is one of the most slept on weapons in all of Calamity. Then we make some Nebula Wings and farm 2 Fall Switches until she drops the Chaos Stone, which gets rid of Mana Sickness. Then we head over to the Profane Garden to find our beloved Wayfinder, which is so useful, it's crazy. Then we make a Profane Shard and summon up the Profaned Assholes. Oh! What? And since I had such low defense, it took me a total of 3 tries instead of 1 because, well, I suck at dodging. This weapon is stupidly broken for obtaining it literally after hard mode. Oh, Sigma. Oh, Sigma. Then we head into Providence's Den to summon up the Profaned God. Let's go! We don't need to do no shenanigans today. No shenanigans. Come on, dog, come at me. Come at me, dog, come at me. Yeah. After defeating Providence, Eula Bloom Ore now spawns in your world, and you get a beautiful set of wings and a fantastic dash. People sleep on the Augur. 15k DPS. No rage, no nothing. Actually, I think I was rage. Then we attempt to fight Dragon Folly. That's fine. Yeah, we're just getting hit by Queen Bee. That's nice. Is Dragon probably dead? No, there's multiple. There's just so many queen bees. Oh, where did he come from? Then we head up into space to summon up Stormweaver. Okay, not even close at all. Then we summon up Mama's boy. Oh, regen. But we give up and summon Cygnus. That's not how he behaves. Oh my. Awesome. Yeah. Then we finally beat the ultimate Sigma. I don't understand why they get so hard randomly. Then we head back down to the dungeon to have sex with Ceaseless Void's mom. I didn't even make Terragon armor. No wonder every boss seems 4 times as hard. Then we make our Eula Bloom into bars. Then we make a fantastic set of Terragon armor. Then we also make some Terragon wings for some extra defense. So that's actually really not what I meant to do! Then we make a world-sized arena for a world-sized boss. after making our spawn point, we summon up the conceited worm. I don't care. I'm not losing to this stupid worm anymore. If I lose, this thing's special. Okay. Where is he? Got it. Oh my goodness, I ran out of flight, but I still won. Okay, I told you I'm not losing to him. That is some of the best terraria I've ever played. I can't lie. After defeating the Devourer of Gods, he gives you a ton of Cosmolite bars, and the Pumpkin Moon, Frost Moon, and Solar Eclipse now give special crafting resources. You know what time it is. The first event we summon up is the Solar Eclipse, which gives us Dark Sun Fragments. With the Dark Sun Fragments, we make the Event Horizon, which is a fantastic weapon. Then we summon up the Pumpkin Moon, which gives us Nightmare Fuel. Get it? Because... Then lastly, we summon up the Frost Moon, which gives us Endothermic Energy.
Look out. How much do I have? 200? Oh, it's almost enough. Oh, look out.
Then we head back down into the dungeon to summon up Poltergeist. Ow! Okay, that was a more deserved victory than my last one. From Poltergeist, he gives us our last adrenaline upgrade and some ruinous souls. Okay, let's figure this out here. Is the community better than an affliction with, you know, almost every single boss beaten? Okay. 7% damage, 9.3. 10% max life. 9% max life. 7% damage reduction. 4.64% damage reduction. 13 defense. 9 defense. Plus 0.5 health regen. Ooh, plus 1, you gotta beat there. And then, what else? What does this have over it? It increases flight time and movement speed. And it increases critical strike chance by 4%. So, it's a tad better just because the movement speed and flight. But other than that, the affliction is more than good. So don't grind for TS. Then we make a cosmic anvil and a ton of ascendant spirit essence. Then we make a dark sun ring, ethereal talisman, and finally a Asgardian Aegis. Then we make the best set of armor, in my opinion, the Silva armor, because it gives you a revive. Then we make some blood flare armor for some future Auric Tesla armor crafting. Then after making an abyssal diving suit, which I don't feel like finding the clip of, we head down into the abyss to farm some Reaver Sharks for some Reaper Teeth. After killing enough Reaver Shark, we head into the Sand Dimension to fight the Bereft Vassal I have no idea. From the Vassal, we get a Grand Scale, which helps us make a Reaper Tooth necklace. Then we make a spare Sigil of Calamitous. Okay, we got our accessories dialed in. We got ourselves dialed in. After giving myself a little pep talk, we summon up Yaron. I dashed. Little BS. Fine. Not BS. Very BS. It's fine. You are one dead mother. Say boy. Ah! Oh. Oh. After defeating Yaron, you get Drew's wings, and you also have Auric ore spawning in your world. Then we head back into Providence's den to this time fight Nighttime Providence. I deserve that. And then we get the lunar coin. If you beat Nighttime Providence fast enough, she drops a lunar coin, which you can then use to make a purity, which 40% increases your attack speed, 40% increases your damage at the cost of you can't critical strike enemies. Then we do a little bit of orc ore mowing. Then we make our auric ore into bar. Then we make our fantastic set of auric Tesla armor. I still have just a blood orange. So let's make some health upgrades. We can just make a dragon fruit berry. Yeah, we can make that. Miracle fruit. Now enjoy this code breaker montage.
Mr. Pigfish! Oh, Mr. Pigfish. Oh, you pigfish.
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom. Ow. Oh. Now we attempt to fight what most people would consider the hardest Infernum boss with a pre-Yaron weapon. And as you would expect, it doesn't go too great. Oh. Now we have an no dashing, and we're just dead as fuck. No. After 2 hours, we finally get to this attempt. Sure. Oh, they died. Yeah! And I get to kill you! Dumbass! Oh, it feels so good to harm them! That's low, especially for a weapon that does piss all damage. Ah! After defeating the Exomechs, we use the Exoprism to make a Dradon Forge, then we make some Miracle Matter, then we make our final component, the Subsuming Vortex.
What a weapon.
Then we summon up the real Witch Calamitous for the final boss of the Subsuming Vortex playthrough. A flight! This! What? Then on our 4th attempt, this happens. Infertile. 4 attempts. Ignore the amount of hits I took. Then we make Kevin, which is the most broken weapon in all of Infernum, to try and beat the boss rush. Oh, I gotta pee really bad. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my. No, man! I gotta go through it all again. I'm not. Why? Okay, what? What? After failing miserably at the boss rush, but successfully completing Infernum with only components of the Subsuming Vortex, that's it. We had done it. I put a lot of effort into this video. As you can tell, I'm very sick right now. But yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and see ya.